Welcome to the Dump Truck Toolbox. I'm Alan, and this is the Big Orange Triaxle. In my last video, I said goodbye to my previous hauling company, and today I want to talk about my new ride at Basic Construction. It's a construction company, does all sorts of paving and road construction work, does some pipe laying too, though I haven't been involved in that. So here's my new truck, calling it the Big Orange Triaxle. Welcome to the cab of my new ride. It's a Freightliner 2006 model. It has a Caterpillar 300 horsepower engine, has an Allison 3000 RDS automatic transmission. Cab's quite a bit roomier than the other vehicles I've been driving recently, and I'm still in the process of making it my own. One of the things I really like about the truck is it is assigned to me unless there's maintenance issues or unique circumstances, and so I'm able to get my equipment set out and customize the interior, within reason. And so here's some more of my controls. This turns the PTO on and off. The switch is a little worse for the wear. This raises and lowers the bed. This locks the tailgate, makes the tarp go out and in. This lowers the drop axle. That's the air pressure. We'll read about 50 when it's down, and this adjusts the air pressure. One of the things I'm still getting used to is the engine, like I said, is a 300 horsepower, and that's less power than the other vehicles I've had. It's a triaxle, so it's hauling less material, and the truck weighs a few thousand pounds less, but 300 horsepower is still light, especially at the top end. The governor would let me go 65 or even more, but this truck is not happy above 60 miles an hour, so I usually keep it to that. And then on the other hand, the other thing I really like about it is it is as orange as the day is long. There's the beep from the loader telling me my bed is full of spoils that I'm gonna take across the river. We've been working on this interstate ramp, getting it ready to pave half of it, and then of course they'll move the barrels and tear up the other side. But I wanted to talk for a bit about why I'm driving for a new company. I have no complaints at all about my previous employer. Great place to work, great people. However, the commute was just about an hour for me, and that got wearing, especially as we were working longer days with the better weather. My new ride, the home base, is 8 minutes from my house. We start a bit later. That's one of the advantages of owning a material yard and asphalt plant. You don't have to pre-trip your truck and drive to someone else's yard to start your work. And then the vehicle, and I'm going to do a whole video on this, but the vehicle is substantially easier to drive. The Quints at my old job were fun. I really enjoyed driving them, but you had to be right on top of where you were in the corners, and changing lanes and all that. It's surprising how much 6 more tons and another couple feet of length add to the difficulty of driving. So the new truck here, the triaxle, is when I drove it for the driving test as part of my interview, I said to my now supervisor, I said, "This is like driving a sports car," and I still have that feeling. It handles well, it maneuvers well, it backs well. It really is a nice vehicle. So I'm taking you on a little road trip here. We're pulling into a sand pit that is new to me. I had not been here with my previous hauling company. And I'm going to drop the load of spoils in the back of the truck and then in the video, but I'm picking up a load of clean sand to take it back to the interstate ramp. Nice of that driver to slow down and let me in. This company here owns a number of sand pits and I think other places to produce materials, but I'm not sure. This is the only one of their facilities I've ever been to. And heading back here, it took me a while to figure this out, but this sand pit wants you to dump in a specific place, and it changes every day, and I'm used to that. But because the check-in window is back a little further, we actually dump out before we go to the check-in window, and so it was a mystery to me the first few days of how to know where to dump. And sometimes I just sort of lurk and drive slow and wait for someone else to dump out and go, oh, maybe we're supposed to dump there. And then I learned the code. They don't always have an operator in the dump area, but they always have an orange cone. And so as we come around the corner here, I'm looking, because sometimes the orange cone is right in front of me behind those empty trailers, where you dump at the base of that hill and a bulldozer pushes the dirt up. But today the orange cone is up here. Yeah, you can see it there, right at the bend of the road, and so that's indicating that I should dump out here. And trucks that are only dumping will actually turn 180 degrees and then back in, pointing so they can head out easily. But after I dump out, I'm gonna have to continue on this road to go to the check-in station, which you can see across the lake over there. So can't see on the video, but I'm turning my head every which way because there's a lot of movement here. The bulldozer operators are not here, but there's a number of trucks that can be around, so I just want to make sure it's clear behind me. So here's my bed going up, and we will we'll see the material coming out, the spoils, and you can see that they've had a fair number of trucks here already. Pull forward and bang the bed. Oops. I'm going to pause for a second and then pull forward and bang the bed. There it is. And so one of the things about this truck, which just annoys me to no end, this bed goes down slower than any vehicle I have ever driven, any dump truck I've ever driven. And I've talked to other drivers who've had this truck, and they say, yeah, that's a known issue. And apparently there's no easy fix for it. So I won't go out onto the interstate or a main public road, but here I'm just sort of lining things up to head on down the road. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's always good to have you join me. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, and that's going to open some other types of video because I want to partner with other people. But I need at least 100 subscribers to prove that there's interest in the channel. If today's video was useful or interesting, please hit the like button. And as always, be safe out there. I'm going to put up the link to my rookies and the sophomore course video because that's been on my mind as I've started a new job. Yeah, I know more about driving a dump truck, but there's a lot for me to learn. And so whenever you get into a new vehicle or a new driving situation, take your time and don't get overconfident. So this is Alan. I hope to see you again soon on the Dump Truck Box.